diaphragmatic breathing. It is our most natural way to breathe. Breathing in, the stomach comes out. Breathing out, the stomach goes in. Breathing in, breathing out, breathing in, breathing out, breathing in, and breathing out. And today we're going to do our warm-up. We're going to go ahead and start with the seated jumping jack. And to do that, we'll start with the left side. The left leg and arm goes all the way out. And we come back, and out, and back, and out, and back, and out. And back. We'll switch to the right side. Out, and back, and out, and back, and out, and back, and out, and back. We'll bring it all together. Out, and back, and out, and back, and out, and back, and out, and back, and out, and back. Fantastic. Take a deep breath. And we're going to go ahead and do our pretend bicep curl. So our arms are by our sides, square shoulders here, the palms are facing forward. I grab the little dumbbells and I bring them up. And I come back down. Now as I'm doing this, I'm tightening the muscles. So I'm keeping the muscles really, really tight in my arms. They're going to react and they're going to get stronger. Even though the dumbbells actually don't exist, this is an isometric contraction, they're going to get stronger. Gently coming up and down. I'm trying to make the concentric move to a count of 3 and the eccentric move to a count of 4. A little bit longer on the eccentric move, targeting those tricep muscles in the back of the arm. And we'll come up one more time, and we'll go down one more time. Very good. We're releasing that. We're going to go ahead and do a little shoulder stretch. Take that left arm, put it right across the chest. And with the right hand, you're going to take that shoulder and just give it a tug. And I'm going to switch and do the other side. I'm going to switch, and switch, and switch, and switch, and switch, and switch. We'll release those arms. We're going to go ahead and stretch the lower body. You're going to bring the feet out and dig the heels into the floor. Coming forward to a point of slight discomfort, never pain. And once I reach that point, I'm coming right back up. And I come forward, and back up, and forward, and back up, and forward, and back up, and forward, back up, and then one more coming forward, and back up. We're going to do our butterflies now. I'm going to take the feet and put them together, flat as I can make them, whatever's working for you. And the goal here is we're going to bring the knees towards each other, but as we do that, we're going to be pushing out with the hands. That's going to really target those adductor muscles, going to make them stronger. So I'm bringing the knees in as I'm pushing out with the hands. Shoulders are engaged, the core engages. Great, great exercise for those little adductor muscles. And now we're going to go in the opposite direction, pushing the knees out as the hands are pushing the knees in, targeting those adductor muscles on the outside of the upper thigh. I'm coming back nice and slow. Those muscles play a huge role in our walking gait, in our balance, going back out. They assist the hip flexors, making sure we don't fall, make sure we lift our feet, we don't drag our feet. Coming back in, simple but really, really effective exercise here. Going back out, and then one more coming back in, and going back out. Fantastic. Going to release now. We'll go ahead and do the cat and the cow pose. I'll turn sideways to help demonstrate. Here, as you know, we target the discs between the vertebrae. We nourish those discs and we cleanse them. Coming forward into the angry cat pose, I bring my shoulders forward, arching my back, and my head goes towards my knees. This is stretching those discs between the vertebrae, and they're getting nourished. Then go in the opposite direction and have the cow pose, moving those shoulders back, arching the back, squeezing those discs, and now they're getting cleansed, and they're also lubricating the vertebrae. And I come forward, nourishing. And I go back nice and slow, cleansing. I come forward, nourishing. And I go back, cleansing. One more coming forward and nourishing. And going back and cleansing. Fantastic. We're going to release that. We'll go ahead and do our cross-body stretch. Be very careful here. Only do what you can safely do. Bring the arms up behind the head, interlace the fingers. I never pull on the head, don't hurt the neck. Taking that left elbow, I'm going to try to touch my right knee. And then I'm going to switch and do the other side. And I'm going to switch. I'm going to switch. And switch. And switch. And switch. And switch. Going to release from that, we'll bring the arms down. Going to come to a standing position. Hydrate if you need to hydrate. Good. Go ahead and do a little Tai Chi warm-up here, continuing with our warm-up. We'll do our horse stance. So I have my feet a little more than shoulder width apart. Make sure I'm good and sturdy here. Good straight posture as always. I'm going to bend the knees, and as I do, I'm going to bring the palms up facing each other and simply go in the other direction. Just a gentle warm-up coming up, and palms going down. As I'm coming up, I'm breathing in. Going down, I'm breathing out. I'm breathing in, and breathing out. I'm breathing in, and breathing out. I'm breathing in, breathing out. I'm breathing in, breathing out. And breathing in and breathing out. Fantastic. Releasing from that, we'll go ahead and do our punching today. So I have my chair handy if I need it. Again, I want my feet a little more than shoulder width apart, so I'm good and sturdy here. I'm just gently going to start throwing some punches, nice and slow, but I'm reaching the arms out as far as I can go, so I get a good stretch in the shoulders. And that's why it's so important to have the shoulders nice and square. So we're going to really work all those muscles in the shoulder. And as you know, as we move the shoulder joint, we're lubricating it. So releasing that synovial fluid. Now maybe I can go ahead and do the uppercut, reaching as high as I can go. Getting those big back muscles involved here as well. Reaching up high, high, high. Very good. I'm going to come back to the straight punching. And then I'm going to do the karate chop if you can. If that's painful, don't do it. Continue with the regular punching. Karate chop is engaging now all these big back muscles as well. The shoulder, a little bit of twist in the shoulder. I'm going to come back to the straight punching, and now we're going to ramp this up a little bit. As we punch, we're going to snap. By snapping, we're putting a little jolt in the wrist, in the elbow, and the shoulder, and that's going to help increase bone density. Going to stimulate bone density growth, making those bones stronger. A bit of a snap there. Very good. Now maybe I can switch to the uppercut and a snap. Fantastic. Coming back to that straight punch and a snap. Feel that jolt in the shoulder as you do that. And then maybe you can go ahead and do the karate chop with a snap. Oh, that really puts a jolt in those upper back muscles there. Big rhomboid muscles, the deltoids, even the rotator cuff group really getting involved here. That's what we want. All those muscles to work. We'll come back to that straight punching. Very good. And we'll come to a stop. We'll take a deep breath. And of course, being boxers, we've got to do our jump rope. So I've got my rope handy. And here we go. Get that rope going. Get a little heart rate coming up here now. A little cardio going here. Fantastic. Heart is a muscle. We've got to exercise that heart. Make it good and strong. And then maybe you can go backwards with that rope. Fantastic. Careful with the neighbor. And then, of course, we'll come forward again. Outstanding. And then maybe we do that fancy jump rope. Whoa. Really, really cool, boy. Heart rate's really coming up. The rope is flying here. We are really cool. Okay, we come back to our normal jump rope here. And we come to a stop. And we take a deep breath. And we hydrate for sure. Hydrate. Oh boy. So I just realized Conroe got away with the jump rope. Got to do the jump rope in Conroe this morning. So they'll pay for it, trust me. Okay. We're going to go ahead and do a little balance challenge here. This is from the Harvard Medical School. It really is effective. It's really simple as well. I've got my chair in front of me. I'll hold it on if I need to. Quite simply, I'm going to take my right foot, bring it behind my left, and bring it out to the side. Then I'm going to take the right leg, and I beg your pardon, yeah, but that was my left leg. Then my right leg I'm going to just bring straight out. Pardon my dyslexia. Now I'm going to take my right leg and bring it behind the left. Then we move that left straight out. I'm just going to go in the other direction. So the left goes behind the right, and then the right goes behind the left. And then the left behind the right, and then the right behind the left. And the left behind the right, and the right behind the left. So it's called braided walking. It's called stimulating the brain in its communication with the feet, and the feet, of course, that's the brain. Our proprioception is so important that we stimulate that. That's going to help prevent us from falling. You're going to react very quickly. The brain is going to know when we're in trouble. We're going to go ahead now and do our forward and backward fold. Well, the first one for today, we'll start with our Tadasana. Bring those hands together, interlace the fingers. Feet are shoulder width apart. I have the palms going down to the floor. Square shoulders here, and I bring those palms up to the ceiling, pushing up as high as I can go, stretching those shoulders, and now I'm going to bring the palms down to the top of the head. I'm going to go back up, and down, and up, and down, and up, and down, and up. Now in this position, I'm going to lean to the right. Big crescent moon here. I'm going to lean to the left, and lean to the right, and lean to the left. Coming back to the center now, I'm going to twist to the right. Twisting from the waist, I'm going to twist to the left. As you know, this stimulates the digestive system, and twist to the right, and twist to the left. Also stimulates our liver. Coming back to the center now, I'm going to lean back. Then I'm going to come halfway forward, pushing those palms straight out. Now that's really engaging those rhomboid muscles in the back. Again, I'm going to go to the right as I push out. And I'm going to go to the left, and to the right, and one more left. Coming back to the center now, I'm going to bring those palms into the chest and go back out. And in, and out. Have the arms parallel to the floor, and in, and out, and in, and out. I'm going to release them that. We pull the fingers apart and we shake them, get that blood flowing, stimulate that blood flow. Really, really good. We're going to come to a seated position. And I'm going to remain standing because I know we have at least one new participant, so I'll help demonstrate here. We're going to go ahead and work on those big rhomboid muscles in the upper back. As you know, we have to make those muscles strong. If they're weak, then the pectorals pull the shoulders forward, and we have neck pain and shoulder pain and all kinds of problems. So we're going to do the eagle pose. To do that, I'm going to take my left arm, bring it straight up and down. And I'm going to try to wrap my right arm around the left arm. You do only what you can safely do. So if you're here or here, that's perfectly fine. If you can do the wrap, that's fine too. Once you're in this position now, pulling those hands together, really engaging the shoulders. I'm going to twist to the right. I'm going to twist to the left. And I'm going to twist to the right. And one more left. Coming back to the center now, I'm going to lean forward. Again, I'm going to go to the right, and to the left, and to the right, and one more left. Coming back to the center, returning to vertical, breathing in now, I'm coming down, breathing out and going up, and in, and out, and in, and out, and in, and out, and in, and out. Unwind, give those shoulders a big roll. Secrete that synovial fluid, that natural lubricant, and we'll go in the other direction. Fantastic roll here. Then we'll do the opposite roll if we can. Do the left and right brain stimulation, then the other way. And we'll switch and do the other side. So now the right arm is straight up and down, and the left arm comes around and wraps. As always, wherever you are is perfect. Twisting to the right, twisting to the left, twisting to the right, and one more left. We'll come out to the center, leaning forward. Again, I go to the right, and I go to the left, and to the right, and one more left. Coming back to the center, returning to vertical, breathing in, I come down, out I go up, and in, and out, and in, and out, and in, and out, and in, and out, and unwind, and roll those shoulders again, big, big range of motion. And of course the other way. Fantastic. We're going to do a little work on the legs now. I'm going to the lower body. And to do that, we're going to do our thigh lift. So I'm going to lift my left leg, and as I lift it up, I'm going to be pushing down with my left hand. And that's going to engage the core, the hip muscles, of course, the quadriceps, the hamstrings, the glutes. So I'm lifting up as I'm pushing down. Ooh, feel the core immediately engaged. And obviously the quadriceps engaged. All these core muscles. I'm going to switch and do the other side. It's a really safe exercise, and it is so effective. I'm going to switch and do the other side. Remember, anytime we have muscle under stress, the bones associated with that are getting denser, they're getting stronger. I'm going to switch, and we need to keep that hip bone as strong as we can. We're going to switch, and switch, and switch. And then one more with that right leg, and one more with that left leg. Releasing from that, we'll do another little stomp here. I'm going to take that left leg, I'm going to bring it out to the side. I'm going to twist the ankle up, a little bit of a turn there in the knee and the hip. Then I'm going to bring that foot back, and when I do, I'm going to stop. There we go. And then we'll do the right side. Out, twist, and stop. Left out, twist, and stop. Right out, twist, and stop. Left out, twist, and stop. Right out, twist, and stop. And left out, twist, and stop. And pass it. Take a deep breath here. There we go. And we're going to come back to a standing position. Hydrate for sure. Oh. Okay. And we'll do a forward and backward fold, getting ready for our warrior moves. Make sure our hips are ready to do all of that work. So good straight posture. We'll bring the arms up, leaning back into our Urdhva Hastasana pose, and we'll hold here and take a deep breath. And we'll come forward, Uttanasana, that forward fold, holding here, taking a deep, deep breath. In an unusual position, we'll go out into that helicopter, we'll twist to the right and hold, take a deep breath. And we'll twist to the left and hold, take a deep breath. Back to the center, leaning to the right, a big stretch here for the pectorals, and and to the left, and to the right. And one more to the left. There we go. Now we'll come back to the center, hands on the hips. We'll do that big hula hoop. Nice range of motion there, warming up those hips. And we'll go in the other direction. Fantastic. Releasing from that. So we're ready now for the warrior moves. We're all warmed up. And as you know, you do only what you can safely do. I have my chair handy. We're going to start with warrior one. I'm going to hold the chair with my right hand if I need to, or I can maybe release from the chair and bring both of those arms up, stretching those arms, making sure the shoulders are fully involved. And one caution here, we never want the knee to go beyond the toes. We don't want to hurt the meniscus there. Breathing in, I'm going to come up. Breathing out, I'm going to go forward. And in, and out, and in, and out, and in, and out, and in, and out. Now, very carefully, I'm going to bring the hands down behind the back, interlacing the fingers, coming into our humble warrior. Hands and arms go towards the ceiling. Breathing in, my chest comes up. Breathing out, it goes down. And in, and out, and in, and out, and in, and out, and in, and out. I'm going to release and go right back into my warrior one. Then I'm going to do that smooth transition into warrior two. So the right arm is out front, the left arm is out back. And I've rearranged my feet so I'm good and sturdy here. Breathing in, I come up. Out, I go forward. And in, and out, and in, and out, and in, and out, and in, and out. I'm going to turn that forward palm towards the ceiling now, coming into my peaceful warrior. Stretching that arm, twisting the torso, and the other arm across the low back. Breathing in, I come up. Out, I go down. And in, and out, and in, and out, and in, and out, and in, and out. I'm going to flow back into my warrior two. Today we're going to do our side angle pose. So I'm going to bend the forward arm, bring it down to the forward thigh. The other arm comes up alongside the ear, looking up underneath that arm. If I can, breathing in, I come up. Out, I go down, and in, and out, and in, and out, and in, and out, and in, and out. And I flow back into that warrior two. I'll come to a standing position and hydrate, sure.
Yeah.
And of course, we're going to switch now and do the other side. So I've rearranged my chair. Use that chair, I'm going to hold on. Coming into my warrior one now, the other side. So the left leg goes forward and the right leg goes back. Bring those arms up by the ears and I stretch to get the shoulders involved here. Once I'm good and sturdy, breathing in, I come up. Out, I go forward. And in, and out, and in, and out, and in, and out, and in, and out, and bring those arms down behind the back. Now coming into that humble warrior, hands and arms towards the ceiling, breathing in, the chest comes up, and breathing out, it goes down. And in, and out, and in, and out, and in, and out, and in, and out. And I'm releasing right back into my warrior one. I do that smooth vinyasa into warrior two, that transition. Now the left arm is out front, right arm is out back. Good and sturdy in my pose. Breathing in, I come up, out I go forward, and in, and out, and in, and out, and in, and out, and in, and out. And I'm going to turn that forward palm towards the ceiling, going back into that peaceful warrior, stretching that arm, twisting the torso, other arm across the low back, breathing in, I come up, out I go down, and in, and out, and in, and out, and in, and out, and in, and out. And I flow back into my warrior two. And we come to, I'll beg your pardon, we can do that side angle. I bend that forward arm, bring it down to the forward thigh. The other arm comes up alongside the ear. Looking up underneath that arm, if we can, breathing in, we come up. Out we go down, and in, and out, and in, and out, and in, and out, and in, and out. And now I flow back into my warrior two, and we come to a standing position and we hydrate for sure. Ooh, that's a good workout. And that's the beauty of these movements. You know, we're targeting many, many muscles, and that is what's really key. That's what makes them functional workouts. You know, so all these muscles that are going to hold us up, that are going to prevent us from falling, give us the strength to walk upstairs and get us from a seated position. But exercising all of those muscles. That's so cool. We're going to make them nice and strong. Let's take some deep breaths here. And we'll do a relaxing forward and backward fold. Bring those arms up alongside the ears, that Urdhva Hastasana. We'll do a static stretching. Just hold and take some deep breaths. And then we'll come to that forward fold, that Uttanasana. Holding here, we'll just take some deep breaths. And back to our neutral position, into that helicopter. We'll twist to the right and hold, take a deep breath. And then to the left and hold and take a deep breath. And then to the right one more time and hold and a deep breath. And one more to the left and hold and take a deep breath. And back to the center, let's lean to the right. Ooh, stretch those obliques. And we're going to lean to the left. And we're going to lean to the right. And one more to the left, so important for the obliques. Back to the center, those hands on the hips. We'll do that hula hoop. Nice big rotation here, good range of motion. And then of course we'll go in the other direction. Just calm everything down. Fantastic. We'll push those hips forward and the shoulders will go back, stretching those pectoral muscles. And deep breath as we hold. And releasing from that, we're ready now for our balance challenge for today. And I know, again, we have some new folks, and it's important that we understand that our balance challenge is not to stand on one foot. It is to stimulate the brain and its communication with the feet and vice versa, called our proprioception, so that the brain knows where the feet are at any given time, as well as every other body part. That is crucial if we're going to prevent ourselves from falling. So please, don't get discouraged. And if we're in the pose and you're coming in and out of the pose, that's perfectly fine. That's the brain working, making sure we don't fall. We're going to do the tree pose today, and we have many options. Option one, I'm going to hold the chair with my right hand. I'm going to take my left foot, toes on the ground, heel against the ankle of my right leg. This is not normal. The brain realizes that, and it's communicating with that foot that's flat on the floor. That foot is communicating back to the brain. That's that communication. That's exactly what we want. I can make this a little more intense by hovering the hand over the chair, or I can maybe bring that, that foot up to the calf muscle. So I'm on the calf muscle, not on the knee. I don't want to push the knee sideways. That's not good. The knee is a hinge joint, not meant to go sideways. I'm holding the chair for sure. My gaze is fixed to the floor. Already, this is way out of our center of gravity, so the brain is working super overtime, communicating with that supporting foot. I can make this a little more intense by bringing that hand back and forth over the chair, releasing the chair. When the brain realizes it's lost that security again, that communication really ramps up. I can then maybe make it even more intense, bring that other arm up into a branch. And then I'll add some flow into that brain. So now the synapses in the brain or electronic pathway, they are humming. Boy, this is really causing them, and the little cerebellum that controls all of this is really working hard. And maybe I can grow that second branch, adding that little bit of movement into those branches. A little windy today, so no squirrels though, don't worry, it's too cold. So the branches are flowing around, then maybe you can go to the higher limb above the knee. Totally up to you, whatever's in your practice today. And remember, if you're coming in and out of the pose, that's fine. That's the brain making sure you don't fall. Fantastic. I'll go back to the middle limb. Then I'm going to bring those branches down nice and easy. Then I'm going to go ahead and release that and walk it out. And we switch and we do the other side. I rearrange my chair, holding now with my left hand, going to option 1. I take that right foot, the toes are on the ground, heel against the ankle of the left leg. That's as far as I'm going, that's perfectly fine. It is still a challenge. That's going to cause a stimulation with the brain. That's exactly what needs to be done. I can maybe then go take that foot and put it onto the calf muscle. I can hover the hand over the chair for a little more intensity, a little more stimulation there, or maybe I can take that other arm and bring it up into a branch, add some flow, nice little wind into that branch, and maybe I release that other hand and I bring it up into a branch as well. Get that flow into those branches. Ooh, great, great stimulation going on here. Always doing my deep breathing because the brain needs oxygen to stay sharp. This is going to get that oxygen to the brain. And maybe I can go to that higher limb above the knee. Whatever's working for you is always perfect. And then maybe I'll go back to that middle limb. And then I'll slowly bring those branches down. And then I release from that and we walk it out. So good. Hydrate for sure. Okay. Let's take a deep breath, get some oxygen back into our systems. Again, the brain needs that oxygen. It only gets 20% of the heart's output, so we've got to get a lot of oxygen into our systems here. Perfect. So we're going to go ahead and do another cognitive challenge here. This is going to involve the hands. And we do this quite often. And the purpose here, again, is to have the stimulation going from the hands up to the head, to the brain, and back out to the hands, so that when we're in a falling situation, we're going to catch ourselves. We're going to react. We're not going to stop and think. No time for that. We've got to react. So this is going to help speed that reaction time up. So my feet are shoulder width apart. I'm good and sturdy here. I bring the arms out, straight out. I make a fist with the thumbs are up. And here now my head is straight forward. And I'm going to use my peripheral vision. So I'm going to bring those thumbs to the point where I almost lose sight of them, but I can still see them, while my head is only looking straight forward. Then I'm going to take that left thumb and gently bring it in and touch the tip of my nose. Then I'm going to switch. And I'm going to switch. And for the benefit of the new folks, our brain speaks 3 languages. We silently vocalize, we visualize, and we feel. So we're silently issuing the commands to the thumbs. They're following the commands. We're also issuing commands to the arms, making them parallel to the floor. And as we're going back and forth, the brain is also communicating with the feet, because this is not normal. And so we're somewhat out of balance by having these arms swinging back and forth like this. So we're using all 3 of those senses. We feel the thumbs touching, we can see the arms moving, the thumbs moving, and we can feel the feet are flat on the floor. And of course the brain is issuing the command and the arms are following that command. Back and forth, and now we really ramp this up a little bit. If you can, and be very careful, we're going to switch from visualization to the internal system between our ears, little gyroscope. So I'm going to close the eyes. So now the only way we're maintaining our balance is through that vestibular system, that system between the ears, going back and forth. So the communication from the brain has ramped up big time going to our feet, because we can't see what's going on. But we can feel. We can feel the feet are still flat on the floor. We can feel the thumbs touching the nose. And we want the brain to acknowledge that. All of this communication, all of this movement, the brain is constantly checking, okay, the thumbs are doing what they need to do, the feet are doing what they need to do, vestibular system is maintaining the gyroscope so we're not falling down, we're not getting dizzy, we're not lightheaded, going back and forth. And then if you can, maybe you can speed this up a little bit, moving those thumbs in and out, fast as you can, but maintain accuracy. Make sure that the thumb is touching the tip of the nose, not poking the eye or anything like that. Going back and forth, and of course you can feel the arms are getting tired, they're kind of heavy, and this is going on much too long. So I'll come to a stop and we open the eyes and we shake the hands out. It is a fantastic stimulation, trust me. Your brain and your arms will love it. So, and again, if we're in a falling situation, we're not going to stop and think, we're just going to react. We're going to stop, grab something, slow ourselves down, do something to stop falling. So, very, very good. Let's take a deep breath here. Now we'll calm down the sciatic nerve a little bit here. So I'm going to just do a gentle foot movement. I'm going to hold the chair with my right hand, bring that left leg up so the knee is at 90 degrees. I'll just go ahead and do a nice little gentle flow here. It's also calming down a little piriformis muscle. Just letting everything calm down. Nice and easy. And we'll switch, we'll do the other side. Rearrange my chair for sure, holding on if I need to. Bring that tight leg up. 90 degrees at the knee, and I just gently let that flow back and forth. And we're going to release now. We're going to come to a seated position. Hydrate if you need to hydrate. We do a lot of work with the hips, as you know, so we're going to do our pigeon pose. Just to calm the hips down, and we'll throw in some foot yoga and a few other movements as well. Really, really good. So for the pigeon pose, there's many options. Option one, I can take that right foot and put it on the outside of the left foot. Or option two, I can bring that right leg up and bring it behind the knee. But once I do that, I'm really stretching that hip, which is good. I want that hip to stretch. Although if it's painful, go back to option one. And then I'm going to add a little more intensity to this. I bring those arms up alongside the ears. Breathing in, I'm going to go back. Breathing out, I'm going to go towards that knee. And in, and out, and in, and out, and in, and out, and in, and out. Now we're going to bring the arms down, we're going to rotate that ankle. Get that nice, good rotation there, great range of motion. And when we do that, we release the synovial fluid into the ankle, makes it good and flexible, and that'll help prevent us from falling as well. We'll go in the other direction. Again, get that range of motion in there. If you have neuropathy in the legs, plantar fasciitis, these are all wonderful exercises to do. Now I'm going to plantar flex that foot, stretching it out. I'm going to dorsiflex it. I'm going to plantar flex and dorsiflex. Plantar flex and dorsiflex. Plantar flex and dorsiflex. Now we'll do the sciatic nerve glide again. We'll just gently lift the knee and let it fall. And we lift and down, and lift and down, and lift and down. We'll switch and do the other side. Option one if you wish, or option two. Whatever's working for you. Bring that leg back behind the knee, of course. Once I'm safely there, we add that extra intensity. Arms up, breathing in, I go back. Breathing out, I come over. And in, and out, and in, and out, and in, and out, and in, and out. And now bring those arms down. Do that foot yoga here. Good rotation there, great range of motion. Feel that foot getting lubricated, that ankle getting lubricated. And we go in the other direction. Big range of motion there too. I've got clicking going on. Again, if it's not painful, you're okay. If it is painful, you need to see the doctor. And we plantar flex, we dorsiflex, we plantar flex, dorsiflex, plantar flex and dorsiflex, and plantar flex and dorsiflex. We'll go ahead and do that sciatic nerve glide. I lift that knee and let it drop. And I lift and down, and lift and down, and lift and down, and lift and down. Releasing that, bring that leg down. We'll do another little stretch here for the hip. Being careful, I'm going to slide to the left side of my chair, holding the chair with my right hand so I'm good and sturdy. I'm going to bring that left leg back behind me, rest me in at the ankle, and I'm pushing down into the hand that's holding it. I'm just going back to the point of slight discomfort. All I want to do is stretch that hip a little bit more. Again, never pain, just slight discomfort. Once I reach the slight discomfort point, I'm just going to hold there and take a deep breath. Now I'm going to switch and do the other side. Holding now with the left hand, make sure I'm good and sturdy here. I bring that leg back, I grasp the ankle, I push down into the hand that's holding it, move that leg back to the point of slight discomfort, and then I take some deep breaths as I hold. Great, we're going to release from that. We're going to come back to a standing position. And hydrate if you need to hydrate. I'm really sweaty.
Me too.
Yeah, and it's cold, but it's sweaty. Okay, we've got to work on the core. We've got to make the core strong. I mean, it holds us up. It plays a big role in our balance. When the core is weak, everything collapses onto the hips, and we've got hip pain and knee pain and ankle pain and just all kinds of trouble. So we're going to do our opposite limb plank as we always do. I have my chair handy. I'm going to hold it with my right hand. I'm going to move my right leg out behind me. Well, the minute I do that, the core engages. It's got to lift that leg. Leg is very heavy. Then the left arm goes out in front, so I've got the upper body engaged as well. I tighten all the muscles in my core, my arm, my shoulder, tight, tight, tight. I just hold here and I do some deep breathing. And then we can go and add more intensity. This is up to you. Whatever's working for you today is absolutely perfect. Only what you can safely do. Up and down, let's picture that muscle. Make the brain realize what's going on. The massive muscles are working, the quadriceps, the hamstrings, the glutes. Everything is working here, lifting and lowering, transverse abdominis, rectus abdominis. Fantastic workout here. We're going to switch and do the other side. Holding the chair now with my left hand, I move the left leg out behind me. I bring the right arm out in front. I've got the whole body engaged here. Isometric contraction, but the muscles are still going to react and they're going to get stronger. Bones are going to get denser. Holding here, tight muscles, tight, 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 and I breathe, do my deep breathing. And now we can add that extra intensity, totally up to you. If that's what's in your practice today, feel free. Otherwise, just stay in that isometric contraction. Again, don't hurt yourself. Don't need to hurt ourselves. Up and down if you can. Get those muscles really working. And we're going to release from that, of course. We'll take some deep breaths here. We've burnt up so much oxygen. And of course, hydrate if you need to hydrate. I'm going to lose my voice, so I'm definitely going to hydrate. Okay. We'll do a forward and backward fold. Again, just to reset everything. Did so much work here. We're going to bring those arms up alongside the ears, leaning back and holding here in the spirit of Vistasana pose. And just do some deep breaths. And we'll come forward, Uttanasana, that forward fold. As far as you can comfortably and safely go, holding there in a deep breath. In our neutral position, let's just do the hula hoop. Do some nice rotations there. Big, big range of motion. Fantastic. And of course the other way. Perfect. We're going to release from that. We're going to go ahead now and do another balance challenge. We're going to do the nip of 4. So for the nip of 4, I have my chair handy. I'm going to start with my left leg. I'm going to bring that left leg up and cross over the knee. Once I'm safely here in this position, and my leg is above the knee, not on the knee. Again, we don't want to push the knee, we don't want to hurt the meniscus or the knee itself. So in this position now, maybe I can open the hip a little more, moving that knee back, but that's up to you. And then if you can, maybe you can hover the hand over the chair, or maybe you can actually have a little bit of a seat. Then maybe you can add some movement, maybe going up and down on that seat. And that leg that's supporting you, it is working over time. Those muscles are getting stronger, the bones are getting more dense, the joints are getting lubricated, and of course the brain is being stimulated, communicating with that foot, proprioception going back up. Great, now we're releasing that, we'll switch and we'll do the other side. I bring that other leg up, above that knee. Try to make that limb before, try to open that hip if I can. Whatever's working for you, as you know, is perfect. Then maybe you can hover that hand over the chair, or maybe you can release that hand and go ahead and have a little bit of a seat. Once you're in your seat, maybe you can come up and down. Again, totally up to you. Gaze is always fixed to the floor, so nice and solid. Great, I'm going to release from that. And I'm going to rearrange the chair because guess what time it is? So it is test time, and today we are going for gold medal today. Gold medal today.
Titanium.
Yes, everybody. Okay, so I've got my chair handy. I can have it against me for a little more stability if I wish. I can hold on to it if I need to. That's perfectly fine. We do our modified sobriety test. I bring the left foot in front of the right. A nice straight line. And for the bronzes, you know, we had our arms by our sides. For the silver, we folded those arms. And for the gold, we close our eyes. And I'll go ahead and count to 30. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, and 30. Okay, we switch feet. We make sure we're good and sturdy here. Nice straight line. Have the chair handy if you need it. Nothing wrong with that. Arms are folded. Eyes are closed. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, and 30. Yeehaw. Okay, we all get a gold medal today. We are so cool. And let's definitely take a deep breath. That burned up a lot of oxygen there. There we go. We'll do a little cool down, a little Tai Chi movement, circling the moon. Have my feet a little more than shoulder width apart. I'm going to bring those hands out, the palms are facing each other. And here too, I'm going to engage the brain. Those 3 languages of the brain have to be engaged all the time. I'm going to float over to the right side. And as I do, I want the brain, I'm turning the palms, and I want the brain to acknowledge my weight shift. Then I'm going to go over to the left. I'm going to go back over to the right. I'm going nice and slow. I'm going to go back to the left. I want the brain to realize what's going on here. I want it to think about it, follow the weight, follow the arms, the hands, the palms, gently flowing back and forth, doing my deep breathing as I do that. There we go. We're going to come to the center. We're going to release from that. We'll go ahead and do our goddess pose, or the grand sumo pose, we like to call it. I'm going to have my feet a little more than shoulder width apart. Bring my hands together. I'm going to come down, bending the knees. Now you do whatever works for you. Obviously, don't overdo it. Once you've reached that point, wherever that might be, now maybe you can walk the feet out. I'm going to stop by moving the heels out, then the toes, and the heels, and the toes, and the heels, and the toes. Now we come down to wherever is going to be comfortable for you. Once you've reached that point, we can do some meditation. Nice deep breathing. This is Grand Sumo. And then maybe I can walk back in, so I'll bring the heels in, and the toes, and the heels, and the toes, and the heels, and the toes. Isn't that cool? Okay, so, all right. We're going to come to a seated position. I'm a little distracted there. Okay. I'm going to continue with our cool down here. We'll go ahead and do our windshield wiper. Really, really good for the sciatic nerve. I'm going to move forward a little bit in my chair. I'm going to hold on to the chair. I'm just going to flop my knees to the left, and then to the right, and to the left, to the right, and left, right, and left, and right. And back to the center. We'll start with our head and neck exercises, and we can engage the vestibular system by closing the eyes. So, head is straight forward. I'm going to close the eyes. I'm going to rotate the head all the way to the right, way up and over a big oval, coming down on the left. And again, I'm going to go over to the right, up and over, and down. Now I'm going to go to the left. Big range of motion here, and come down, and then one more to the left, up and over, and come down. Now in our neutral position, I'm going to lean the head back, lean the head forward, eyes are still closed. Lean the head back, lean the head forward. Back to neutral, lean the head to the right, lean to the left, to the right, and to the left. Back to neutral, hands behind the head, interlace the fingers. We don't want to pull on the head, though, don't want to hurt the neck. Elbows are straight out, and the only thing we're going to turn here is the head. With the eyes closed, turning all the way to the right, all the way to the left, all the way to the right, and all the eyes. We'll do our peripheral vision now, so I'm going to look straight ahead, so my head doesn't turn. Only my eyes are going to move here. I'm going to look to the right, up, left, down, right, up, left, down, left, up, right, down, and left, up, right, down. Blink the eyes to reset them. We'll do our carpal tunnel, coming into our arrow pose. I'm going to tighten those hands tight as I can make them, shoulders, arms, everything tight, tight, tight. Holding here, and then from here I go into that tabletop. The fingers go forward, the thumbs are up. Again, everything is as tight as I can make it. From here I go into the claw, and then I claw my way into a fist, as hard as I can. I go back to that arrow, to that tabletop, to that claw my way into the fist. One more arrow, and the tabletop, and the claw, and the fist. Very good. And releasing from that, we'll do our slide up on the mirror, bring those fingers together, do those push-ups. Release that synovial fluid into the knuckles, good for arthritis, great for neuropathy in the hands, tingly fingers, fingers that fall asleep on you, wonderful exercise. Releasing from that, I take that left arm straight out, going to bring that left hand down, but I'm not going to hurt myself, just slight discomfort only. I'm going to go in the other direction. I'm going to switch, I'm going to do the other side, and then the other direction. Releasing from that, I shake the hands to get the blood flowing. Coming into our Savasana, as you know, here we relax the mind and the body, only for a moment or two, but it is very, very healthy, very effective, great way to meditate. Palms are on the thighs, up or down, it's your choice. The eyes are closed, and we focus only on that diaphragmatic breath. Deep breaths come in, and go out, and in, and out. As you're focusing on your breath, a thought might pop into your mind, and that's fine, it's normal. Acknowledge the thought, but don't act on it. Go right back to focusing on that diaphragmatic breath. Watching that breath come in, bringing with it all the incredible positive energy in this room, all the fellowship and the camaraderie. As the breath goes out, it's removing all that metabolic waste and all the negative thoughts. Breath is coming in and nourishing. Going out, it's cleansing. And as we focus on the breath and allow our mind to go into that peaceful state, we step outside of our body and we see our feet are relaxed, the legs are relaxed, the core and the shoulders and the arms, the head, the neck. Everything is relaxing now, sinking into the chair as gravity takes over. Our mind is moving into that peaceful state. Body is moving into that restful state. And because we're only going to focus on this moment in time, we have no pain, we have no problems and no deadlines. If we give ourselves for those things we can't control, if we give ourselves for those things we just don't know, the breath is coming in and nourishing, going out it's cleansing, our mind is at peace, our body is at rest. We congratulate ourselves for coming to our practice today because we know how much good it does for our mind and for our body. And we know too that we're ready now for whatever the rest of our day has to bring. Deep breaths are coming in and nourishing, going out there cleansing. We are at total peace. We are at total rest. Breath comes in. Goes out, and in, and out. And with our eyes remaining closed, slowly move our hands, and move our feet. Carefully now we open the eyes and bring those hands all the way out to that final stretch. Hands come down to heart center. May the light within me continue to have the honor of shining alongside the light within you. In the truest meaning of the word namaste, I bow to you. Thank you so much, folks.
Namaste.
As you know, we do this ceremony, honor guard, we do this ceremony at veterans' funerals. So let me see, keep me on that side. So, but we also do this ceremony at various events. I've got one here also today.
You gonna get your chair?
It's okay, Joe. No.
I'm afraid you're gonna go over the back,
Oh,
over
no,
the
no,
edge.
I'm fine.
You're not edge proof, I wanna tell you.
So, from this point at a veteran's funeral, we would then go ahead and fold the flag. And in doing so, we recite the meaning of the 13 folds as we do that. So we'll bring the flag together. This is what's called the first quarter fold. I'm going to turn it this way. And the second quarter fold. This one. The first fold of our flag represents life. The second fold represents our belief in eternal life. The third fold honors and remembers the veterans who have left our ranks, and to that time in their lives that they dedicated to the defense of our country to help achieve peace throughout the world. The fourth fold recognizes that as Americans we place our faith in God, and it is Him that we turn to in peacetime and wartime for His divine guidance. The fifth fold honors our country, for in the words of Stephen Decatur, our country, when dealing with other countries, may she always be right. But it is still our country, right or wrong. The sixth fold recognizes where our hearts lie, for it is with our hearts that we pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. The seventh fold honors our armed forces, for it is our armed forces who protect us from our enemies, both from within and beyond the borders of our great republic. The eighth fold honors those who entered into the shadow of the valley of death, so that we may see the light, and for our mothers for whom we fly the flag on Mother's Day. The ninth fold honors motherhood itself, for it was their love, devotion, faith, and guidance that formed the character of the men and women who created our great nation. The 10th fold honors our fathers, for they too offered their sons and daughters for the defense of our country from the time he or she was first born. The 11th fold honors the fact that as Americans we are free to worship the God of our choice, or no God at all. The 12th fold honors that part of the First Amendment to the Constitution of the United States, which guarantees all Americans freedom of religion or ethical philosophy. The 13th fold is the final fold. Upon completion of this fold, the flag is rendered into the shape of a triangle, showing only the stars. This fold has several meanings. Showing only the stars, it represents the original 13 colonies. The triangle shape mimics the type of hat worn by General George Washington and Captain John Paul Jones and their soldiers and Marines as they fought gallantly to free us from tyranny. But the most important meaning of the 13th fold is that it represents our country's motto, "In God we trust."
Amen.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. It is now picture time.
Good job.
Fun time. Just record. No, just record.
Okay. Chair, come over here. Come on, I got a chair, come on. You get a chair.